Okay. I killed my wife. I admit it. The man threw up his hands, bound by plastic cuffs. The two detectives looked on from the other side of the one-way glass. The older of the two, a portly Yorkshireman called Watkins, punched a meaty fist into his opposite palm. "That'll do nicely." The other detective was a bookish sort called Keeper. "It doesn't add up." "He's done the math for us." "What if he's protecting someone?" Watkins looked down at his notepad. "No children, no family in this country, no friends who have come forward." "And the lack of motive?" "Of course there's a motive." "Enlighten me." "They've been married 5 years." Watkins smiled. "Did you follow up with the neighbors about the frequent visitor?" "Our BMW driver? Well, the lady at 73 says she saw her give him a smooch on the way out. There's your motive." "I want to speak to the suspect directly," Keeper said. Watkins glanced down at his watch. "At this rate, we'll miss last orders at the wheat sheaf." Keeper relieved the two interviewing officers and stepped into the room. "You do realize what you're admitting to here, Mr. Alhams?" He certainly did not look like a killer. He wore glasses and a thin pencil mustache. A man who would make a good civil servant. "I know. And will I be remanded in custody?" "Of course. This is a murder inquiry." "Good," he replied. "It is what I deserve." "And you did it because?" Watkins continued. "The BMW driver had been going at it with your missus?" Watkins nudged him under the table. It was leading the witness, or, in this case, the accused. "Absolutely," Alhams replied. "You know that it is not tolerated in my religion, and it's punishable by death." That was more than enough for Watkins, and even Keeper relented. The two officers stood, and Keeper spoke. "Abdul Alhams, we are officially charging you with the murder of Louise Alhams. You do not have to say anything." Alhams took in the surroundings of his cell. It wasn't so bad. He replayed the events of that morning in his head. He'd found his wife dead in the bed. He had not known his name, the man in the BMW. In truth, he knew very little about his wife. They lived like two strangers in the house. He had to admit to the crime because a full police investigation would ensue and quickly uncover the monthly payments to Louise Alhams. 5 years' worth, so she'd pretend to be married to him. He looked around his cell once more. Yes, if they'd found out about the arrangement, they'd annul the marriage and deport him. Better to spend 25 years in a British jail than be returned to his home country, where he would not survive the week.